Alright, this is Andrew with Joda Home Inspections. Today is January 27th, 2025, and we're doing a sewer scope here in West Valley. We're at 6979 Bello Ave doing a sewer scope, and we have the camera pushed out. Looks like 127 feet. We did make it all the way out to the city connection. It looks like this one's dropping into a manhole. When you come into kind of that half moon concrete shape, that's what the inside or the bottom of a manhole looks like. Now this is your lateral line. There was a little waste stuck in that manhole, but from that point forward, that's the city line, and so this is the pipe that you're responsible for. Looks like I'm gonna hold off. I was gonna say clay, but I don't know that that's clay. I'm gonna look at it a little more before I say. It could be transite, which is a cement asbestos pipe. So far I'm not seeing any standing water. Yeah, that does look like clay. So far I'm not seeing any standing water that would indicate improper grade. It does look like you have a little offset there for the pipes where it doesn't quite line up perfectly, and so you have a little bit of a lip where waste could potentially get stuck, but that one's pretty minor. So far I've not seen any roots, at least no significant roots. I would recommend getting the insurance on this line. You can get it through several companies, but HomeServe is real popular, and that would help offset the cost if you had to have it cleaned or repaired or replaced. But this is the original line, and so I think that would be important. That's an access point, so we just passed an opening on the top of the pipe. It's probably buried because I didn't see one as I walked the property, and so probably cut off and buried, but it could be located by a drain company if you ever needed access to it. 94 feet out, and so that's possibly where the neighboring line is tied in. Little strange for it to be coming in from that high up. I'm going to scope from that side because if we're 94 feet out before it does tie in, there's a big section of line that you're going to want to see under the neighboring unit as well. And so I'll do a second scope from that point. So far this is looking good. No blockages, no standing water. You do have a bunch of offsets. I'd call them minor to moderate. It is clay, so I'd recommend insuring this line. Now we just transition to a little cast iron. Cast iron gets real rough and rusty, as you can see. Eventually it'll need to be replaced. You want to avoid putting wet wipes or feminine hygiene products. Nothing like that down the line. Oh, that's the tie-in right there. So 57 feet out. That second opening that we had seen, that was probably just another clean out. This is the tie-in. Usually it comes in more, you know, at the same height. That's why I thought it was strange when the other one was coming in more at an angle from the top. That's the tie-in. So that's the neighboring unit about 57 feet out. I'll still do a scope from that side because that's still roughly 60 feet that they're going to have that we would miss if we didn't do a second scope. So I'll look at that and record it. So watch for part 2 of this scope. And that was some ABS that we were going through, which is plastic. One issue with ABS is that sometimes the fluid fitting can crack and leak. It's a common item that I see with ABS. One thing that's hard with that is a lot of those ABS lines are concealed in walls. Again, watch for part 2. I'm going to end this recording now.